This reminds me of, we had a conversation with Tony Eastwood, OBE, who is a great business coach, and yesterday, and we asked her about what do you think is valuable about competition analysis, and she was so uncompromising in her answer. She went, no, I think they're a complete waste of time. If you're going to do something, just do something that's true to yourself, find your niche, which is exactly what you did, and just sort of formulates that. But also, I wanted to slightly brag a bit here, Kelly. I had a business 10 years ago called Balance Chiropractic. I'm not a chiropractor, love chiropractors. And we had these sort of 5 elements of lifestyle health that we said were really important. One was based on the mind, then there was chiropractic, so spinal health. But then we talked a lot about nutrition. And then one point we started to talk about, and I remember it being quite shocking for the clients. I remember saying to them, you know, that body stuff that you're putting on your skin, like here, you're eating that. Like your body has to metabolize that. And I remember the jarring, them going, oh, it really created a paradigm shift. So I'm quite proud that I was actually talking about that 10 years ago and you got the solution. What is your range called?
Saturee, Saturee. It's basically, it's French for saturated.
Yeah.
And it's basically the underlying premise of it all was that the saturated fats are more traditional fats. They're stable. They're not prone to oxidation with heat, light, and oxygen exposure. It's like the old days. You could keep out the coconut oil or the dripping on the counter, and it just wouldn't go rancid. You know, it stays. It holds. Whereas the polyunsaturated oils, the liquid vegetable oils, the industrial seed oils, they lack vitamin E. They lack the structure. They're sort of, the way the bonds are formed means that with heat, light, and oxygen, they essentially go rancid and they create oxidative damage and stress in the body. So whether you're eating them or applying them topically, same deal. And the body does take things into the bloodstream. Even if it doesn't, the reaction of the sun on your skin when you're carrying these oils in your skin tissue accelerates aging. And it's something that even the most clean and organic skincare lines sort of have, most of them failed to cotton on to the fact that these unstable oils, even if your safflower oil is organic, it's still polyunsaturated. It lacks that structure. So we're bringing it back to the solid fats, which mean that, the product in itself it's got its own stability. And when you're then, exposed to natural light and heat, there isn't that oxidative damage going on. And that's the last thing we need, considering with stress and aging and radiation all around us. Already we're experiencing accelerated aging, but putting these products on our skin, and most people are well-meaning and they've bought the cleaner product or the expensive product thinking it's anti-aging. It's basic biochemistry. If the oil is unsaturated and volatile like this, then you're not going to be slowing the aging process. So it started with the premise of all the fats in these products being of saturated nature. And then we've got some pretty exciting, active ingredients they work with the cell metabolism directly of the skin cells that they're intact with. And there's none of the chemicals that people look to avoid in skincare either. And doing it is a real battle. Doing it that way, it'd be far easier to make pretty skincare, use all the shit, and to have big profit margins and put it out there and have a great marketing campaign. But I could not do that. I could not sleep at night. So instead we go for small profit margins, and we have to bring products in from all over, and we have to laboriously put them together with different methods. But the outcome has stuck through many formulations that didn't. It holds and it's got a lovely feel. We only have 5 skincare products, but no more than that. And they're just, for the whole family, not necessarily girly or pretty, for fellas too. And when I was formulating the body cream in particular, that one, I really had my children in mind. They were quite small at the time. And you notice they get out of a hot bath and their skin's a bit stripped and you want to put something on them. I wasn't going to put any of the the baby oils and the baby lotions. There is so much horrific ingredients in those things. So to know that I was putting something on their skin that when it does absorb and their skin is so porous and perfect, there'd be none of the endocrine disruptors and none of the other chemicals that can literally be stored in tissue and accumulate, and the body doesn't know how to metabolize it when it's stored. So it's been just a learning as we went kind of process. And it wasn't something that, it was never a business plan for me. I was already a busy practitioner and I had other things on the go I was happy with. I never set out to have a skincare business. That was never a plan. It felt more like, when Kitty and I had the first conversation, it felt more like, oh gosh, people need this and no one's making it. Gosh, we're going to have to bloody make this stuff ourselves. It just felt like it was this burden put on us. And I knew I had the knowledge and I had the access to other biochemists who were going to give us incredible extra knowledge as well to back my decisions. And I just felt obliged that I'd been shared great information. We had all these people who really trusted all the advice we gave them. And it was just a constant repeated question. It was coming up more and more, and we just felt like, we have to make it. So we embarked on it. But it was out of need to do it more than want to do it.